Welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. I'm your host, Twandon versus everybody, man. We're in the building again, live today, man. What a great Sunday. It's good to be a Panther. I'm going to get right to it today, man, with my co-host up in the building. We got my man Ray Papone up in here. Got the boy Cody Lack up in the building today. Cody, what's good?
What's up, Twan? Chilling, man.
Got the boy Keeb in here, also from Panthers. Non-Live Panther Podcast, man. What's up, Keeb?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you.
The boy Petey Quick in the building.
What up, what up?
Always late.
What up,
Never hesitate. I know. What's good? Special treat for y'all in the house tonight, man. Got the first lady, man, 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. Y'all hear comments on the Keep Pounding Show all the time. Now you get to hear a voice. We've been blessed with the presence of the good Claire Aries. Claire, what's going on?
I'm living, chilling with y'all. Happy to be in here finally.
It's been a long road, man, to get you up in here, man.
It has been a long road.
But you're in here. This woman has tremendous love for 704. When he was here, when he was gone, and it only made sense to have her a part of this show and to have her on today. So, Claire, I hope you have a good time, and we won't run you off after today, man.
And we appreciate the cash apps.
Absolutely.
I feel like you spent a whole check on us.
Definitely.
Oh, not even close, y'all. Not even close.
Oh,
y'all are
okay.
fine.
You can say
Don't tempt me. I might.
Tempted. All right. So check it. Today, we're gonna talk
So
about.
just fuck me, right?
I said, Ray.
We love you, Ray. We love you, Ray.
It's cool. So just fuck me. Number one. Number two, I am not that fucking white. And three, I am not that fucking ugly, bro. What did you do to my picture, bro? Golly. Bro. Fucking that shit scrolls across. I'm looking at that picture. I'm like, God damn. Who the fuck is that?
The cartoonist, bro.
God damn.
I don't know what to tell you. The cartoonist. Hey, look, man. Look, who gonna tell Ray that I said his name first, though? Anybody?
No, he did.
Yeah, you glossed right over me, bro. I heard it. It's cool though.
My brother from another mother.
So just fuck me then. Anyway, I'm not fucking with you. Let's go. My bad.
Bonus.
Thank you. I'm bowing as we speak. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Hey,
all right, now we can start. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's have some fun.
Do you feel better, Ray? Do you feel better, Ray?
Yeah, Claire,
Pabonius wants better. I feel included now. I just wanted to feel wanted. That's it. Sometimes that's all you need. Just to feel wanted. That's sometimes just all you need.
Yeah. You want that Deshaun Watson treatment.
Oh God.
Yeah, I want somebody to cater to me.
Look, we are Deshaun free, and it's okay.
I want the red carpet. I want all the boneless wings.
All the bonus wings.
I want all of the stripper. I mean masseuse.
God.
Get the chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Yeah, you know. Anyway,
fuck the chicken nuggets. Anyway,
little chicken nuggies. I love chicken nuggies.
Oh goodness.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here today, man. Cody, what's going on here today?
Y'all trip. We're talking about that.
Don't worry. We'll bring it around.
It'll come full circle.
Watson special.
I forget, Cody. That hurt your feelings.
I mean, I guess in the end, we just didn't have enough massage parlors to too
close to that.
And hey, what can I say, man? Like, as a man, you have to make decisions, and apparently he knew the hookup in Cleveland, so that's where he went, man. That's all it is to it.
So let's get into it. So today, man, obviously we're gonna be talking about life without Deshaun Watson. So we're also going to talk about Scott Fitterer and what we feel about these moves that he made. I'm not going to give Matt Rule or Tepper credit for any of that shit. And And how we see this team going. You know what I'm saying? So. First things first, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get the Deshaun Watson shit out the way. I'm really interested in hearing what Cody got to say because Cody was riding on Twitter hard.
Man,
he was fighting.
Cody was riding on Twitter.
Bro,
Cody was getting
I
on
was
fights.
in my bag, bro. I was going on. I was really wanting Deshaun. Because I'm a Clemson fan, man. Like Deshaun was responsible for 2 of the most fun seasons I've ever had watching college football. So yeah, I was a little bit biased, but at the same time, you know, he was a top 5 quarterback, and I just didn't see a faster route to being legitimate than having Deshaun. But at the end of the day, man, I'm on my Malik Willis bag now, man. I'm already on to the next one. Like, I mean, see, like as a fan, like as much as we wish we had say so with this actual Panthers organization, we don't, man. We're just fans that are dedicated to this football team. So, like, just looking at it, I'm moving on and thinking that our free agency cycle has given us an opportunity to bring a young quarterback on this football team and have some pieces around him that are actually, you know, gonna cater to his abilities. So I think we're in a good spot, man. I'm already moving past Deshaun. You know, that's Cleveland and the AFC North issue now, man.
Hey,
Hey, bro, sometimes the best time to get over somebody is get under somebody else, my friend.
You're right. Hey,
Exactly.
praise God, my brother.
Cody,
No, nobody? Just me? Okay. Just me?
No, you're right. You're
Is that
right.
just
You're
me?
right. No doubt. Not at all, man. Just speaking the gospel.
I mean, I've Cody, you were going hard on Twitter. You were fighting people on Twitter about Deshaun Watson, and I was right there with you because, I mean, what some people don't understand is when you have a chance to get a superstar, whatever the sport may be. I mean, I'll just bring it back to my Dodgers. My Dodgers just got Freddie Freeman for the Atlanta Braves. Screw Atlanta Braves. Screw Atlanta. Screw Georgia. Everything about them. Screw them. So we rode hard to get a superstar. That we did. If you have a chance to get a superstar, you must go after them. Unfortunately, we didn't land them. So it's okay. We tried our best.
You mustn't.
Yes, you must. Yes, you must. I mean, I can give you ample examples in other sports where superstars make a difference. Because let's be honest, superstars win championships.
Kawhi Leonard. Oh, yeah, thank you. Kawhi Leonard.
There you go. But
still got that ring, though. You can't take it from him.
I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody from not getting him because we tried our best. And we haven't done that in a long time, ever. So.
Yeah, I just saw that Corey Littleton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, saw that right before we hopped on. Signed Corey Littleton. That's a solid signing, too.
Exactly. So, hey, before we go further into it, man, let me go ahead and shout out the people in the chat today, man. We got the boy Maul in the building. Got the boy Maul. Drew Edit to the building. Say how y'all feeling about the Corey Littleton. The homeboy Tyrese in the building. Said what's going on, fellas. Brandon Malone, one of our building. What's up, y'all? Got my man Rome's in here. Got the boy C in here. C said, what up? Got another lovely young lady. Love this lady, man. Elizabeth Lassiter in the building. Got our other admin in the building, Caleb Pitcher, man. The hardest working admin in the building. Caleb Pitcher.
Yes, sir. Shout out, Caleb.
See what up, man. What's going on? Got somebody who goes by B period. Said, oh, yeah, this is about to be fire. Got some heavy hitters on tonight. Looking forward to some great content. That's what we're going to give you tonight, man. Got the boy Scott Yang in the building. He said it's slight. We will be all right without Watson.
Absolutely.
We're going to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Two Block is in the building. Southside family. Got the boy Curtis Paris. There's a lot of new names in here tonight, right? A lot of new names in here, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on in, grab a seat.
Get out, man. So,
get you your boneless wings and sit down.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna go right back at Claire. Hey, Claire, how you feeling about the Deshaun Watson move, man? I mean, you disappointed or mad?
Not mad, no. The only thing I'm disappointed about. That's gonna sound really horrible. The only thing I'm disappointed about is when I heard why he passed us over Fitterer was not willing to, not Fitterer, but I think it was Tepper rather. He was not willing to pay him that what was it, the last 2 years of his contract or something like that. And it's like you have your nose to the ground on this guy, sniffing around trying to figure out what's going on with him in the background for over a year, and yet you're not willing to pay him his money. But yet you claim you want an elite QB. So it's like if you're going to put all this effort into it and probably even money hiring a PI to look into this man, then why aren't you willing to put up the money when he finally says, I'm willing to look at you guys? I just don't understand it.
Agreed.
Like the business aspect of it is something I don't understand. But as far as him not being here, I mean, it's not to say that I'm indifferent. I was hype about him coming here. I will say I joined the hype train for sure, wanting him to come here. But at the same time, if he chose Cleveland, which shocked me, but he chose Cleveland, and in my own way, I hope the best for him. But after hearing some of the recent things coming back from Cleveland saying that, you know, we put a little clause in here saying, hey, if you screw this up in any way, shape, or form, the money's gone.
Exactly.
You know, they have a back door, which was smart, but
no pun intended, right?
Ha ha ha. Yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I had to.
I set myself up for that. It's all right, but yeah.
My inner fourth grader wouldn't let me.
But no, that's just how I feel about it. And a lot of people have come at me in the Keep Pounding TV chat saying, as a woman, you really want Deshaun here. And I'm like, stop looking at it as a woman. As a fan, yes, I want Deshaun here.
Yeah, Claire, as a fan.
Like, as a fan, yes, I would like to have Deshaun here. No, it has nothing, you know, because they look at me, they're like, I'm a woman. And there's a lot of female fans in other cities, especially in Atlanta. And they were like, I don't want a predator here. And I'm like, he's technically, legally, he's not considered a predator.
100,000 predators in Atlanta already.
Yeah.
You said it, Twan. You said it. That did not come out of my mouth. You said it.
They listen to R. Kelly for years.
But as a fan, though, absolutely. Why not want to have him here? Why not?
Agreed.
So,
speak on it, PD quick.
Okay, so yeah, I'm neither disappointed nor, I mean, I was kind of excited at the beginning, but to really honestly, like, even being in the running and being able to witness, you know, what we could have potentially lost. I mean, if we would have got him, we would have lost a lot and didn't have to fill major other holes as well too, which was kind of strained on the amount of cap and, you know, choices that we had in this draft. It wouldn't have added up. We pretty much be back to square one again. So I mean, I'm kind of happy that, I mean, he chose, at least he chose outside our division. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choose nobody in our division. So I'm excited about that.
Next topic. Let's talk about the guys that we re-signed, because Carolina, it seems like we were anemic to signing players and paying our players what they deserve. Looks like we kept DJ Moore.
Thank God.
Returning. Those guys got paid. Let's talk about those two guys. Did they deserve the money that they got? Were they worth it? And how do y'all feel about them retaining those guys?
Who's go first?
I mean, I'll just talk about it first because I feel like there's a lot of fans out there that are being negative towards one of the signings where Dante Jackson, they feel as though he shouldn't deserve the money, or, you know, it might have been under what they thought he was going to get. For the most part, I really like it. I'm for it. I'm all for it. You have to pay the people that are homegrown talents. And, you know, I talked about this on the Nine Lives Panther podcast channel, where I sat down with Dr. Edwin Porras. He's a sports therapy doctor, and he also runs his own podcast, where we talked about Dante Jackson's turf toe and whether it'll bother him in the future. It's one of those things where it's like you can't forecast injuries for any player. Even CMC, you can't forecast those things. So when they produce, you have to pay them. And Dante, you know, he's going to be one of those vital pieces. And, you know, DJ has been those part of that core of wide receivers, offensive weapons that have produced, even though we don't have a suitable quarterback year in and year out. So that's a big plus for us to re-sign them, which I thought wouldn't happen.
Cody.
Yeah, man. So, like, I was thinking about this earlier. You know, after that roster changeover where, you know, Cam left the first time and no more Luke Kuechly and no more Greg Olsen, like, you really start to think about what it is. Like, do the Panthers have a culture? Like an entrenched group of guys that, you know, believe in the Panthers winning a Super Bowl. And that's why I love the signing of Dante Jackson in a way that I didn't think that I would, right? Like, I feel like we cleared up so much money for Deshaun that it put us in an opportunity to tell some of these guys that have been working their asses off for us, okay, we see the work that you're putting in. We want to invest in your continued growth. And, you know, I really do like that now we really do have a nasty defensive backfield with Xavier Woods, Jeremy Chin, you have J.C. Horn coming back, C.J. Henderson, and now you add Dante Jackson to the mix. Like, the Panthers' defensive backfield is ready to go. So, yeah, I mean, I really like that Dante signing. That kind of came out of nowhere, man. Like, I thought we were going to try and sign Stephon Gilmore, but we ended up going with Dante instead.
That's a great points, Cody. Ray, you know, we already talked about this earlier, but, you know, can you skim back over it? Let us know, you know, how you feel about D-Jack. Both of them are DJs, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I've always liked DJ, so I'm glad he got paid. I'm glad he's not going anywhere. I just hope we can find him a quarterback that can actually help him put up legitimate numbers, because we've seen the type of numbers he's put up with nobodies. So, and again, in a hurt Cam, and I'm going to make that very clear, nobody's in a hurt Cam. So at the end of the day, I'm glad we're going to keep D-Jack, because the collector in me, you know, I got some signed memorabilia items, you know, and then the other side is just like, I think he's a very talented corner. It's just, like I said on the show earlier, I just really hope this signing was in terms of we identify him as our slot corner going forward. Like, that is where he's going to be, and that's where he's going to stay. Because then the money, I feel like, is compatible or comparable, I should say, to like, some of the best starting nickel corners in the game. Because I think that's what he could be. And again, like, one healthy, he's a hell of a fucking athlete. He's great. He's a great player. But again, it's I don't know. For me, it's I'm good either way. I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad that he's staying. But there's a part of me that's like, but I guess we could have spent that money somewhere else. But I mean, at the end of the day, the overall signings, period, have been fucking. It's great. I mean, and then I'm gonna even throw in the Deshaun Watson talk we just had. Is it's like, for me, it was a damned if we do, damned if we don't situation. It was damned if we do because we were mortgaging the future for him, but it was damned if we don't because, I mean, maybe the motherfucker ends up with New Orleans, or he ends up with Atlanta. I mean, I'll be honest and I'll say it. Thankfully, he fucking ended up in Cleveland. But it's just like I said, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you do, like I said, the future, and if you don't, I mean, we're still sitting here searching for a QB, and we're constantly still having all these quarterback questions. Like, we, at this moment, as fans, still have no idea where this is really going. I mean, we don't know what that front office, that office period is thinking of when it comes to scouting, the coaches and the GM, like, where their mind's at with these quarterbacks. Because you have seen it with Hard Knocks and all this kind of shit. So, like, you know how this goes. There's always like, well, this side of the room is likes this guy, this side of the room likes this guy. You know, Tepper or the owner or whatever you want to say is usually the guy that kind of sways the room a certain way. So it's just like, where's Tepper's mind at? Where's the scouting and the head coaching's mind at? Where's Fitterer's mind at? Like, fuck Rule. I don't even want to know where his mind's at. We're still trying to find where the hell he's even trying to build this identity right now. So, I mean, really, it's just that's what's worrying me about this. And I guess really to kind of end the Deshaun talk, it's just like, that was the other side of the damned if you don't, because it's just like, now we're still kind of sitting here wondering what we're doing at the quarterback position. And we can look good on paper on everywhere else. And at this point in time, I think we're looking pretty good. Like, I think overall our team has upgraded, but the most important position in football is still a huge question mark for us.
I'm gonna explain to y'all later why it's not a huge question mark, and then it's gonna be some fights in this motherfucker, so I'm saving that for last. So
man, if you talk about crab legs ass, I swear to God.
Please.
You got to get over the crab leg shit. Hey, look, man. Shout out to B. B said, both are great signings. He said, I agree with retaining our own as long as they are productive. Then both those guys were productive, especially DJ. Shout out to B, man. Pretty quick, man.
All right. I'm excited that we pretty much getting over this whole what if, the suspense, get past the suspenses of what ifs. So I'm glad them guys both got paid. D-Jax, on the other hand, I'm excited for him as well too. But I still feel like once he has a shutout year or a good year, we need to go ahead and put him on a trade block and get something for him. That's how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just developing players and then trading them away or giving them away for nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least get something for when he has a hot year. Hey, put him on trade block. Find somebody for him.
I disagree.
But however, like I said, on Saturday they got paid. I heard they're supposed to be working on something with Robbie as well too, but I'm not sure how true that is.
I heard apparently we're going to restructure Robbie too. I don't know if that's true or not though.
No, they did. They have.
All right.
Okay.
Just how I feel about Robbie, man. That's how the fuck I feel about Robbie Anderson.
I disagree, but I mean, yeah.
I don't know who has a screen, but that's how I feel about Robbie Anderson right there.
No, I'm gonna need the other one real quick though. That's how I'm feeling about this quarterback situation. Throw off the other one real quick because that's how I'm feeling about this quarterback situation right now.
Ray, back away from the forks and the outlets.
That one right there.
It is. Oh
that
my
right
God.
there. If that is not just an absolute indication, like just an illustration of what my mind is feeling right now when thinking about this quarterback room and the quarterback room of the possible future, that pretty much sums it up right there.
It can't be. We're gonna get into it. Hey, Keith, tell us why you disagree.
I mean, guys, first I said I disagree with the Dante Jackson thing because I understand where people are coming from when especially a football player, when a player uses his athleticism, mostly as athleticism, to make plays down the field, it is scary. It is in the unknown. And I like to push this idea that injury prone does not exist. Injury prone is a lie because 95% of football, you sustain injuries playing it. I don't know if you guys played football in high school and in middle school or wherever, but you guys get hurt, especially on the pro level, you get hurt. So
I never won a whole season without something being wrong.
Right, exactly. So when we talk about, okay, I don't like this guy because he's injury prone. Well, these guys are sustaining injuries left and right all the time.
Man, we play football. These dudes crash into each other. They're all
bruises, the injuries. So bro, that should never be.
As soon as the season starts, you are full of bruises and just
I will say,
fucking dislocations, bro. Like my pink. Sorry, real quick. This is what 18. Well, no, I still played a little bit back in 2016. But bro, my finger was so badly dislocated. Like my pinky looks so destroyed. I damn near look like I have that Brian Baldinger fucking pinky, bro. Like my pinky is jacked. Like it's not all stuck out to the side like that, but bro, like shit like that happens often.
Yeah, bro, I got a high ankle sprain, so I mean I understand how that shit works. You know, so I have motherfucker clip me.
My point is when you judge people based on their injuries, I say go outside of the injuries. If you're gonna say, okay, Dante Jackson has not put up better numbers in his rookie year, I agree with you. He hasn't. His best year was his rookie year, and he's yet to, he has yet to improve on that. But I think it's coming. I think with J.C. Horn coming back, I think with Dante Jackson, and if we can get somebody in the draft this year late, I'm looking at a guy like Isaac Taylor Stewart, who's really has a really high potential, but wasn't really properly used in college as an outside corner. These guys can really open up your secondary. And if you keep Dante Jackson, and he's on a team-friendly deal also. So I'm personally, in my opinion, I'm done with the dead cap. I don't want to play. I don't want to pay people just to come back and beat us. I'm done with that. So you pay the guy, keep him. If he shows signs of like getting hurt or he's not producing, then we can look at injuries. But loyalty is a very important thing, and I feel like we need to show that.
Which we knew nothing about that for quite a while.
Exactly.
Hey, but see, at the end of the day, I still want some depth at that cornerback position, though.
We have that
in a draft.
Oh, you mean draft? Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna take this time right now. This is the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. Show that has gone through many different names, but we do this show now to entertain the fans. You know what I'm saying? To be out there to have a different point of view. There's a lot of great guys out there doing Panthers content, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're joining us tonight, man, we're glad you're in the building. We appreciate you taking your time out with us, talk football with us. You know, no shots or anything, but it's an incredible change to be able to hear people talk one at a time. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a better focus of what's going on, man. Without going, any further, with the situation and what we do, man. We do the show for 704 Charlotte Bound, and in his memory, being Ray said we'd always keep this show going, man. And so we appreciate it, man. We don't ask, that you give, but if you want to donate, please hit the cash apps up, man, as it starts to roll down the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And anything you give us tonight, man, will be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Help these guys out any way you can. And we will continue on. So, look, I'm not going to go into that fiery subject of some quarterbacks yet, man. And I don't think Claire got to say how she felt about the DJ situation and DJ.
So I'm actually I'm a huge fan of DJ Moore. So I'm super happy that we actually are keeping him. I was really worried for a while that he could considerably, be traded off somewhere. But I love DJ Moore, and I think he's going to prove to everybody that I'm not going to say he's an elite wide receiver yet. However, I feel like with the right pieces, with the right QB, he will prove to everybody that he can be elite. He can fill the very big shoes of Steve Smith. So I wholeheartedly love that we have kept him. As far as Dante Jackson, I remember one of the first games that I ever went to with my fiance. One of the first games that he and I went to together was one of the ones where I think we were playing New Orleans, and there was an interception that was thrown on a 2-point conversion in their end zone, and he ran it back almost 99 yards or something, and that was the whole Bank of America Stadium was hype. And that man, he's got speed, he's got hands. I get his production hasn't been the greatest, but you couldn't ask for more with the money that we gave him. I think you couldn't ask for more out of him. I think he's going to be a huge key part of the secondary to try to keep us within that top 5 defense. I think us not keeping him would have made things a little bit rockier if not. So I love it. Retaining our own is the best thing to do.
And can I also add to that too? I feel like there were times early last year where Dante Jackson was our best defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like last year that he really took a step forward. And, I felt like one of the biggest criticisms that most Panther fans made of Dante is that he would just kind of have dirty eyes and someone would just beat him on something that was really his fault, and he would miss tackles. And I feel like Dante last year took a huge step forward, and, man, he was flying around the field making tackles. He was like a heat-seeking missile, man. And, I like that continued evolution of his game and what he does. That's why I like the signing. It's not necessarily just about his talent alone, but also when you add him to everyone else, and C.J. Henderson, you have J.C. Horn coming back. Now you have Jeremy Chin kind of back in that linebacker kind of box safety type of role. And now we have a really aggressive, hard-nosed defense. And I think Dante is a big part of that now.
Yep. So I'm gonna go around the room, man, around the table. Start off with Claire, man. It's a tough question. So I'm gonna make it a little easier for you, but it's for everybody. What 2 moves. I was gonna say just one. What are the 2 most important moves in your eyes that we've made in the last 2 weeks? What were the 2 things that moved you the most? It could be the signings or bringing people back.
I mean, I'll go first because mine's real quick and
Yeah.
simple. So, like, right off the bat, obviously adding a starting caliber interior lineman was fucking clutch as shit. Very, very underrated, not really talked about by us in general signing. I mean, obviously, yeah, we have said, yes, we got the lineman, blah, blah, but just the impact that I feel like he's probably going to make is massive. So with that being said, I think that's just clearly number one for me because I've been one of the guys that have been pounding the table where it's just like, I don't give a shit who you put back there. If we have the same line, he's not going to do shit. Well, we're fixing that. From there, honestly, I guess maybe it's as dumb as it's going to sound. It's going to be not getting Watson because, again, I'm looking at where now we're going to actually have a fucking draft this year because we're not getting rid of all of our picks. Like, and then just in general, even next year now, we're going to have our picks. Like, we're going to be able to continue to build this team like we have been trying to do for the last 2 years. But again, like I said, now we're going to have these picks.
Last 25 years.
Right, but it's just the point we're not going to be stressing like, all right, yeah, it's cool, we got our quarterback, but we got nothing to supplement that with. So I think we just got to find a quarterback. I don't think it's this year, but that's what sticks out in my mind of the offseason where we've won, quote unquote, getting that lineman, and really it was a blessing in disguise losing out on Watson.
Cody.
Yes, sir.
What were the 2 most impressive things, man, that we've done in the last 2 weeks, bro?
Man, Bradley Bozeman and Austin Corbett, man, those interior offensive linemen, like that has always been the problem with the Panthers' offensive line, or lack of interior protection. That's what causes us to not be able to run the football. That's what makes it so no matter what poor soul is playing quarterback, that they have not had a pocket to be able to throw from for the past 2-3 years. So I think those were big time signings because no matter who you trot out there at quarterback, if you're not going to be able to keep them upright, then you're dead on arrival. You're not going to see too many scenarios like this year's Super Bowl where you have an offensive line as bad as the Cincinnati Bengals going all the way to the Super Bowl. Like that's not a habit any NFL team should start to show. So
right.
It's man, that offensive line, I think that was really important. And I like what they did, man.
Keith, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. For me, the most impressive thing with the Panthers is they're getting team-friendly deals that are not long and detrimental to the team in the long run. I mean, I was actually surprised that players were taking such low amounts of money for 1-year deals, and that gives a lot of headroom for the Panthers. I know it's unorthodox for people.
That's because that new contract, that new deal in the NFL is coming up soon.
No, what I'm saying is players usually want either long-term deals or expensive deals. And I'm glad we found the middle ground because that gives us a lot of headroom either in the draft or next year. And say a linebacker. I know our linebacker core right now looks pretty stacked in terms of the amount of players, but I don't really see a lot of pass protection linebackers. And if a player falls to us in the draft and whatever round we trade back or whatever round we have, and they have the ability to grab him and get rid of one of these 1-year deals, and it won't be detrimental to the cap. So extremely impressed with this general manager, extremely impressed with his front office. So.
Hey, look, man. With that all being said, though, anybody can hop in here, man. How is Scott Fitterer looking to you in your eyes now after these moves that we made?
Hey, hold on. Let me answer that question, man. I don't answer that first question. Let me go back to that.
Go ahead.
I would say the shocking point to me was the running back, Deontay Foreman. That pickup. Also, the fact that I'm changing that narrative of Carolina Panthers saying that they backed out of that deal with Deshaun Watson. Because as we spoke about before, about how the players will feel afterwards. Now they kind of pretty much saved face by saying, "Oh yeah, we backed out of the deal. We didn't feel like it was a worth it, worth it deal, I mean, so now all of a sudden now people those two personnel that we was concerned about can feel comfortable. Okay, yeah, they chose not to continue on with that particular deal. They knew our worth in a sense. So I'm shocked about that.
Scott Fitterer, man. Is he GM of the year so far?
I want not yet. I got to see what they do in the draft.
But I'll tell you what, he is GM of the decade for the Carolina Panthers. That is a fact. That is
He's
a
doing
fact.
work, man. He's doing
a lot of work.
So, like, my thing is this: we have to see the results. So these players have to pan out for us first. So I think that's why I'm not really going crazy over him like right now. I'll say this based on just what he has done in the interim. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I feel like David Tepper has given the reins of the organization to Scott Fitterer. I genuinely believe that, man. I think that there is no way, after seeing the results on the football field that the Panthers have produced the past 2 years, that you're letting Matt Rule still call shots in this organization, man. I just don't believe it. And when you look at what we've been able to do in free agency, to me, this is Scott Fitterer all over it. So I'm hopeful that not only do the players work out, but that it shifts a changing in the guard in the organization to begin with. Just from a top-down perspective, that Fitterer is in control of managing this football team, and I'm ecstatic about that.
Yeah, man, he's a GM, man. That's the thing I didn't understand was, like, you hired the man to do this job. And the problem was, agreeing with Cody, was that Matt Rule and Tepper were just too involved with shit. And they're both new. He's a new owner. Matt Rule is a new head coach. He's a bad, horrible head coach at that. You know what I'm saying? So you hire Scott Fitterer to do the job, man. Let him work. Get out his way and let him work. I wouldn't let Matt Rule call in a pizza for me at this point, man. He just needed to just sit on the sideline, get his money until Scott decides that he doesn't want to work, that this is not my guy. We can get a real head coach in here. Because to me, I think coaching is just as important as the quarterback position. And, I mean, man, it's just too many dynamic guys out there still working offensive coordinator jobs and things like that who should be head coaches. I don't want to get into that today because that's a different subject. But just like when we say, are there 20 other quarterbacks in the league better than Cam Newton? There's no. Are there 30 coaches in the NFL better than Matt Rule? Yes.
Plenty.
So, part of changing the culture is the head coach. Don't need us getting all these shiny, nice, good pieces if you're going to have a dickhead fucking up what we got going. You know what I'm saying? And getting in front of the camera and throwing his players under the bus when he messes up. Because this man never takes credit for anything that he does wrong. So he's a virus. I'm ready to get him up out of here, man.
I mean, if you check my profile, you can see how I feel about him.
I need to check that then quick.
And Scott Fitterer firing off on Matt Rule.
And Scott, we trust. Tyree. Hey, look, man, hit some more people up in the chat, man. Schefter stepped in the building, man. Got KPM in the building. Got Pasa Vic in the building. So keep pounding. Got rep the home team. He said, did you guys hear about the Corey Little signing? We're going to get into that next. Let's see. Austin GT in the building says salute to London and Ray. Salute to everybody on the panel in the chat, man. I appreciate you being here tonight, man.
Did y'all hear anything about the Dwayne Brown? The left tackle. I guess possibly interested in the left tackle, Dwayne Brown.
Ain't he 36?
Yeah.
I don't want a 36-year-old, man.
Yeah. That tells you how I feel.
No.
He needs that AARP right now.
Looks like we just picked up another shiny new toy since Claire's in here, special guest tonight with Cody. I'm gonna let them, you know what I'm saying, let anybody know who we picked up today, recently, an hour ago. And how do you guys feel about that move?
I was gonna say I can let Cody go first on that since I saw it right before we got on. I'll openly admit, other than seeing he was with the Rams and I think the Raiders, I don't know a whole lot about Littleton. So I'll openly admit I do not. So for me to give input, I'm glad we got more depth in the linebacker position, but beyond that, I don't know enough about him to give true input. I'd have to do my research. So
Cody, how you feel about the Littleton pickup?
I never heard of him, bro. Not even going front.
So it's just
yeah,
okay. I'm not the only one.
Well,
Nah, you are not the only
heard of
one.
him.
I did not know about him. I
I know
just now
somebody's
started,
definitely heard of him. That's Keith.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have.
keep going. We're desperate out here, man.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'll run down the stats. I mean, with the last two, with the Los Angeles Rams, he played his last season. He played all 17 games, and the year prior to that, he played only 14 games. Last year, he had half a sack, 98 tackles, and 52 of them were solo tackles. Most of his production came in 2019 with the Raiders, I believe. Yeah, the Raiders. He played 95% of the snaps with 3.5 tackles and 134 tackles with 78 solo tackles. And I meant 3.5 sacks, excuse me. So, yeah, this guy he adds depth. It's a 1-year deal. It's not going to hurt you if you cut him in the offseason. If you draft, this is what I was saying prior. You have friendly deals that you could just let go of if they don't produce or if they don't really show up. And if you're able to get a rookie, then so be it. If not, then you have a really good piece for somebody who can play most of the game. Last year he played 17 games, but he only played 52% of the snaps because it was the Rams. So, but yeah, he's a reliable guy.
What I will say this, man. What I like about these 1-year deals, for anybody complaining about these short deals, what I love about these deals, everybody used to always complain about us signing people for long-term shit, and then they don't pan out. Sam Darnold, i.e. Sam, you know what I'm saying? I love the 1-year deals, man, because it's like test driving a car, man.
Right.
You get to decide if you want it or not. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to you committing to some shit for 3 years, Sam Darnold, and then, a guy who I'm going to remain nameless, who wanted to give him 5 more years. Can never let that shit go.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing his voice in a second. But yeah, I love the test drive situation, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I like
with these mini contracts, man.
And I will say he's not that old either. He's I believe he is 28. Turning 29. Yeah.
28. 6'3", 228 pounds.
He sounds like a good depth signing. It doesn't prevent.
He's not a coverage player though. He's not a coverage player. So pass coverage is not his strong suit.
I like the Eric Wood signing though, really and truly, man, because that dude is actually, man, a sticker. He goes after the ball.
Yep.
I mean, he definitely he's a pursuit of the ball. He's knocking it. He's knocking it out. He's very physical. I'm excited about that one right there. I still want some more depth though at safety though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my little soliloquy because we're probably gonna top the rest of the show off with this subject. I feel it getting heated. So allow me to get through this real quickly. I won't be long. And that is, where do we go with a quarterback from here? So go ahead and get your arguments ready. I'm going to get my take first. Y'all can go from there, man. David Tepper just got his ass whooped on national TV. He just courted a girl that he was incredibly thirsty and was willing to give her everything in Deshaun Watson. And at the end of the day, with his decision that he made him look like a clown. I don't care why he didn't come here, but he put him completely out there. Then you got this Matt Rule thing, where he's trying to not look like an idiot with the Matt Rule thing. One day I hope this owner just, man, it's okay to say I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But evidently, billionaires don't like to do that, but that's that. So then there's the whole Sam Darnold thing that's going on our team and all the flack he didn't cuff from that shit. Teddy Bridgewater. All right. We went and got all these nice pieces. O-line coming together. There's that. In my opinion, there is no fucking way, and this ain't got nothing to do with Scott or Matt Rule. This is Tepper. That he's gonna let this kid Kenny Pickett get from under his feet. I think that man is gonna go to Scott, and he's gonna tell him you better get him in this draft.
Yep.
Because he just got his ass kicked by another quarterback who embarrassed him in front of everybody. And he is not going to be willing to wait any longer. He is not going to run Sam Darnold out there on Sunday. Y'all can forget that shit. And I don't think he likes Willis. I think at the beginning, now I don't know if it's game one, but in my head, and that's how I see it going, and I'm going to stand on it.
Yeah.
For me, I think Kenny Pickett is going to be our quarterback, whether you like it or not.
No,
me want him. I'm thinking about what the fuck Tepper wants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, Twan, I agree with you. I don't know where all these fans are coming from, where they're so divided on the quarterback class. Some of them want Malik, some of them don't want Malik, some of them want Kenny Pickett. I don't because I know for a fact half of these guys don't watch Pittsburgh's games. And I know for a fact no one regularly watches Liberty games. So it's definitely not the tape. And I believe you know what I think it is? It's everyone is so quarterback hungry that they're just throwing out names out there and they see this guy and the highlight reel. There's a lot to dislike about Malik Willis, and there's a lot to like about Malik Willis. But for me, if you want a quarterback that's going to be a really good decision maker, he has small hands. I understand what the gripe is. He has small hands, but I believe he can work with it. If not, guess what? He's on a rookie deal. You move him. It's just one of those things where our last organization was so big on this. At least our GM was, where at least look at a quarterback every year. At least, think about a quarterback every year. And I think we should go back to that mentality of at least looking at a quarterback every year. If this guy doesn't pan out, well, guess what? You can move him. He's on a rookie deal. Unlike Sam Darnold, where he's eating up $18 million in cap, this guy won't. So get Kenny Pickett in. He makes really good decisions. He looks at the field. He reads the field. He's a really good. He can move around. He's not unathletic. You don't just put him in the stereotype of an unathletic quarterback. Really look at his tape. Malik Willis. He had a slide. When you look at evolution of quarterbacks, he did not look good from the last year and this year. So really go back as a fan. If you're a fan of these quarterbacks, go back and check the tape. But again, whoever you pick, you need a quarterback. So I'm with you there.
I don't even know who wants to go next.
I'll go next.
And the thing is, do you want Willis, Pickett, or DeField, or Sam Darnold?
Well, I like one of the options that you did not mention, which is other. Okay. I don't want either or Malik or Kenny Pickett, because this is not a quarterback friendly type of draft this year. So why would I want to settle with a project again that's pretty much that may not even be to our liking, and it could possibly be better next year. So why settle? Just because we desperate for a quarterback, I feel like we should continue on with Cam and let him ride this year, and then next year get our guy.
So how do you know that diamond in the rough is not in this draft though?
Right.
That diamond in the rough is not in this draft, bro.
At the end of the day, you never know. You never know.
Before, and I think Ray is going, and this is what Key was trying to say earlier. You guys have to watch somebody play.
I watched the tapes on both of them.
You go what he is or isn't going to be.
I watched the tape on both of them. I feel like they both decent. They decent, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like we should be.
So
should go after these dudes,
I'm not trying to put Petey quick on the blocks, but just like Keith said, Did you watch Liberty whole games and did you watch Pittsburgh whole games? Or did you look at highlights?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. No.
Whole games, no.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So y'all can't go on highlights.
But I mean, whole games. No, but see, this is the thing. This is when y'all get confused right here. You basing this off a whole game of NCAA. I'm looking at transition from NCAA to NFL, a whole different speed, a whole different type of rules and regulations. You can't just go off the NCAA. Okay, basically, okay, so they did it since they did it in the NCAA. Oh, they can transition that to NFL. No,
but I'm sure Twan is doing the same thing. Right?
Are we looking at two? Looking at two PJ Walkers.
I didn't watch Liberty like that. But I watched.
But I'm saying you're evaluating a quarterback based on what he will be and not what he is.
Right.
Exactly. We're all doing the same thing.
Well, both of them look like they won't be shit. Like they probably be like second string quarterbacks.
I don't understand how you come to that conclusion.
right. There's a lot to like.
They said like they're
gonna be shit.
Hey, Twan, you know what we need to do? We need to. I have some full games downloaded. We need to put that up.
Yeah,
they won't be nothing for us. They won't be nothing for us for Carolina Panthers. They won't be able to feel. They won't be able to fulfill that need from Carolina Panthers. That's
what I employ people do, man. Listen, fuck the highlights. You can go to YouTube and type in whatever versus whatever and put a full game and watch.
Right. Yeah.
Look at the decision making. Don't just look at the highlights, the good plays. Look what he does bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look how he adjusts. Look what he does on simple plays, on different decisions. For the most part, man, I'm gonna tell y'all what highlight reels are. They mainly only show you touchdowns, first of all.
They're gonna show you what's good. Well, they did good.
90% of highlights are touchdowns in football, man. Not 10-yard plays, or you see a quarterback make a great decision on a third and short or something like that. You got to watch the whole game, the whole masterpiece, not just the slice of the pizza.
Agreed.
And I just can't understand how everybody's so opinionated on these two guys, and nobody watched their fucking games.
Right.
Because I know what it is. It's the status quo, and so people are going to roll with that.
Yep.
I'm looking at the film, the highlights. I'm looking at the attributes. That's what I'm looking at. And like I said, I don't feel like both of them will be no need for us.
Listen. I have full games. If Twan wants to put up full games, I'll send it to him. But people need to watch full games. That's all.
Cody, call back in, bro. Claire.
Cody devouring some.
I'm gonna come into Ray and Key last, man. Claire, Willis, and Claire. I'm really interested in knowing what she wants because she already let me know early who she doesn't want. Willis, Pickett, or the field.
Okay, so I'm probably going to be the one with the unpopular opinion in this whole group right here.
And that's what we got you here for, because we don't all want to have the same conclusions.
Carson Strong.
Whoever said that needs to go.
The fuck out of here.
No. If I see Matt Corral and Carson Strong pop up on anybody's radar, then I need you to go watch tape. On both of them, not just their highlights, not just their combine. I don't care how fast they ran. I don't care what pretty balls they threw without any contestation. Go watch it. It's not what you think it is. So
Claire, just hold on 1 second right there. What you just served deserves this, Ray.
So now everybody has mostly talked about Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis. So I'm going to do what Keeb loves to do, and this is not a knock at Keeb. This is not a punch at Keeb at all. So stat wise, okay. Malik Willis, I tried to look at. He played for Auburn prior to Liberty, and there was not a whole lot of like yards, stat wise, anything really that went on there. Like, so he pretty much had the momentum of any stats he has comes from his 2 years at Liberty. Now, in his entire college career, he's never had any seasons that have eclipsed 3,000 yards passing. And he's also never eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing. He's a very mobile quarterback. So and the biggest thing and the biggest thing that I looked at
college,
and the biggest thing that I looked at with all the top, pretty much the top four, which would be, that's the main ones that I've heard the most, which is Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Sam Howell, and Desmond Ridder. The breakdown that I did looking at all this was, regardless of how long they played, which I did put in that I think there's only two that pretty much have solid stats of over 4 years, one with 3 years, the other with 2. Looking at everything that I've watched tape-wise, which I haven't watched a ton of tape on everybody just because it takes a lot of time.
Right.
And I'm a working mom at home, so I have to try to do this as best I can. Highlight reels, and I've even watched tape where they've pretty much put together all of their weaknesses, if you could, so to speak. The biggest thing with me with Kenny Pickett, and it has nothing to do with his hands. If his hands are a contributing factor, then they are, but I don't think they are. Here's my issue with Kenny Pickett. With throwing and rushing, he's got 101 touchdowns total for his 4 years. Now, the biggest thing with this is he's also, by either fumbles for loss or interceptions, he's also got 58 total turnovers. Now, compared to the ratios of everybody else, that's based off of everybody else, that ratio is actually the worst touchdown to turnover ratio out of all. That's why I'm not a big fan of Kenny Pickett. Everybody kept saying, he's got a good arm. He's decently accurate. The biggest weakness I've seen listed on a lot of draft scouts or scouting, people who have scouted for the draft, is he has poor decision making when he's hurried, which means he's like Sam Darnold, which means when he's hurried and he's running around, either he takes the sack or he's going to make a horrible decision on the throw.
But Claire, did you watch the whole game though?
Don't sit down.
see how stupid that sound? But did you watch the whole game though, Claire?
No, I mean,
I don't have time. I don't have time to watch an entire game, every game he's ever played.
Sure.
No, I do not. So the thing is, and also with the fumbles for loss, I mean, almost all of them. He fumbled 38 times, and 26 of them were fumbles. That means almost every fumble was not recovered. And that means, had those not been recovered, if you want to look at the could have been, even though it didn't happen, in theory, he could have had, 101 touchdowns to 70 turnovers. And I don't need. Go ahead, Twan. Go ahead, because I'm gonna
let you continue. I'm not.
I want to know her. I want to know her.
So I'm just, not. I'm not.
But look.
Go ahead.
So Claire's playing chess now. So Claire's playing chess. I'm going to move a piece, Claire. I'm going to move a piece on my side. Okay. You ready for this? Are you ready?
Go for it. I'm ready. Go for it.
You ready for this?
I'm buckled in. Let's go.
You can back me up on this because Keith is the stat master.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready for this? You ready?
He approved every year.
I'm going to hey, Keith, I'm getting ready. I knew Claire was going to come with this. I'm going to checkmate the hell out of it.
Go for it. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
All those stats you just ran on Pickett were true. They were true.
Okay.
His best year was his last year.
Right.
You ready for this? Yes. Now, I'm going to tell you a player that you can go back and look at his stats, and his stats were similar. As a matter of fact, they were a little bit worse.
You're going to say Joe Burrow?
Through all his years in college. Do you want to know who that guy is?
Go for it.
Joe Burrow.
I knew you were going to say Joe Burrow. I even said you're going to say Joe Burrow, and you are right. Yeah, that is also true.
He sucked until his senior year,
and that's facts. That is facts.
Go look at how many times he fumbled and how many times he was rushed. It's similar numbers.
Okay. I will have to look at it because I don't know all of his stats either. From college.
His completions.
Are you saying that numbers lie? Are you saying that numbers lie, Twan?
His completions they change every year. Every year is different.
In other words, I think Twan's point is numbers aren't everything.
Wait, I think we should go with this right here. God damn!
Oh my god!
But see, hold on. Since y'all want to talk about some stats. All right, so completion status is 330.
She did her homework, man. Everything she said was absolutely correct.
But
go look at Joe Burrow's numbers. I
will do that now. I absolutely will. I will do that. But with that being said, though, my pick, if we had to go into the draft, Desmond Ridder is who I would love for us to draft.
And that's my second pick.
But see, when I say that a week ago, I'm crazy. I say that a week ago, and I'm crazy.
He is solid. Keeb.
I know. Claire.
Settle down. Settle down.
Okay.
But I'm crazy.
So Kenny Pickett's 2021 completions. He had 334 completions. He had 497 attempts. All right, a completion rate of 67.2. 2020, he had 203 completions of 332 attempts. Completion percentage was 61.1. That's 2020. 2019 completions 289 attempts 469. Completion 61.6. 2018 180 completions and 310 attempts and 58.1 completion.
So I mean, I'm not cutting quick off, but look, I love the chat. I love to keep the chat involved. Anybody that spend their time, to come listen to us, man, I show them love. Listen, shout out to Vintage. He said we building the O-line, so it makes me think quarterback. He said Pickett has decent vision, anticipate throws, really polished footwork. Malik has a higher ceiling, but he lacks anticipation, a lot of flaws, but a lot of potential. Shout out to Vintage on that comment. I do agree with So
I'm going to respond to Claire.
We're gonna come back to you, kid. We're gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll respond to her first, because then I'm gonna get you and Ray Pab on in here, because I think Ray gonna light it up, and I think you're gonna light it up on that shit too. And then we know how Petey feel. We know how Petey feel.
Definitely already do. Fuck them both. I don't like them either. I don't like both of them at all.
Do I go? Do you want me
to? Yeah, you said you wanted to respond to Claire first, though.
Yeah. So I am not a fan of Desmond Ridder. I mean, if you look at his film, he really thrived in that RPO offense.
Oh my God!
I am praying to God that the Panthers move away from the RPO offense, because it does, it's a detriment to not opening up the field, contradictory to what everyone thinks. Especially when you talk about a rookie coming into the NFL running a SRPO or RPO offense. By SRPO, I mean you have the running back lined up at the wide receiver position. They pop out in the back and they grab the ball and they run for it, or a wheel routes. But when I have issues with a rookie coming into the NFL,
you do know that Ben McAdoo is our offensive coordinator. Ain't no fucking way he's going away from run pass option, man. The RPO is definitely going to be ran in our scheme.
No, I don't think it's going to be a heavy. But then again,
do you know what running backs are?
Yeah, I understand that. But that's another thing. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it stems to a bigger point here. I don't think Christian McCaffrey is going to be getting the ball back. Probably his production rate is going to go from 95% to 70%.
It might be 60.
Because you have to find that sweet spot for Christian McCaffrey, that golden spot.
It might be 60. He don't get first dibs on nothing no more.
If everybody could have the chance to go ahead and look at Tim Gabbett's research on the ratio between workload and injuries, you have to, as an athlete, you have to find that golden ratio between workload and injuries. And Christian McCaffrey has to bring it down from 95. He was averaging 94%. He has to bring it down to 70 or 65%. Now, with that being said, I don't believe
that you just mentioned there, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go read it. It's a great read. I read it
I've
every
never heard anybody mention those two things. You went deep.
Yeah. So when we talk about the running backs that we have, Christian McCaffrey needs to be in the slot more. Basically, what I'm saying, you need to take him out of RPOs. You can get Foreman into the RPOs, but he's a power back, and I don't see him running that many RPOs from the wide receiver position. And Desmond Ridder, when we talk about our offense, we need to get the ball in DJ's hands. And I'm talking about a vertical or a spread offense. Desmond Ridder does not make good decisions when he's rushed. If you're talking about rushed decision maker, he resembles more of Sam Darnold than Kenny Pickett does. At least the full games that I've watched. Hey, Keith,
I'm gonna let you finish, but listen to this. You guys can't name very many quarterbacks in the NFL that make smart decisions when they're rushed.
You're right.
It's only a few that make quick, fast decisions.
I can make a lot. I can name a lot that don't make great decisions. It's okay to make bad decisions sometimes, but when we're talking about really like the games I've watched, SMU, and that his worst game, Desmond Ridder's worst game is when he played Navy. So just go ahead and watch that game. His accuracy is good. It's there when the offense really is tailored around him. But when he has to make decisions on the fly, that's what I get concerned about. But Kenny Pickett, on the other hand, he can throw the ball in poise and get it to the wide receivers in certain areas that you don't see other rookie quarterbacks making. Malik Willis, on the other hand, he chooses to run first, which is one of my main concerns. You have to take the athleticism out of the quarterback, at least for their first decision. So I wouldn't mind Desmond Ridder. I wouldn't mind him. I prefer Kenny over him. But I understand with the fumbles and stuff, that's totally something.
And that's why we don't need Willis, man, because look, if his intention is to run first, we got too much fucking offensive talent for him to be fucking running.
Right. And it's not going to open up the offense. These guys who are signing multi-year deals, it's going to be a slap on their face when, and this is no disrespecting the great Cam Newton, but just look at how much CMC produced under Cam Newton. It was not a lot. It did not look good. So you got to get a guy.
Any real time with each other either.
And that's true. That's true. But
I can't let y'all keep checking these sample sizes and making it the Bible.
But from the time that he played with him, out of 70% of the times he was getting the ball, he only ran it for 400 something yards and caught it for 600. So I mean, again, these are great quarterbacks, and I don't know what PD Quick is talking about where you can't get a quarterback. These quarterbacks have a lot of potential.
They're all coachable.
They are.
All of them.
They are. Except
if they weren't coachable, I wasn't going to even put them on the list. So
yeah, absolutely.
Anybody's coachable, even Sam Darnold.
That's that. No, absolutely.
That motherfucker right there.
No.
Anybody coachable, huh? Anybody?
No. God, no.
Hey, Keith, because I know you know. Hey, what round did Russell Wilson go in?
Cam was coachable. See how he improved a little bit.
Huh?
Was it fourth round?
Right. What round did Dak Prescott go in?
Third or fourth, right?
Yeah, man. So I don't want to hear nothing about fucking Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. You got to watch these guys play first. I thought Dak was gonna be fucking absolute trash when Dallas picked him up, bro. Because I didn't like him in college. I was like, they picked him up as a quarterback.
And Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes did not look good in college either. Mahomes did not look good in college.
So what you think about Dak right now with the Cowboys now?
He's solid as hell now, bro. He doing more than what I thought he was going to be able to do.
Right.
Was he worth the money?
Throwing for and shit, man. I didn't know he had that in him, bro.
Yeah.
He done had a couple of high 400-yard games, and I mean, damn, bro. I mean, the boy, I got to give it to him. Shit, man.
So basically, what you're saying? So he's a decent quarterback,
I
but
didn't
they
see
still
this,
be
I
losing.
didn't see that Dak in college. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Ray Pabon on here too. Hey Ray, was Vince Carter as good in college as he was in the pros, man?
Man, don't compare
Vince was
NBA to
good in
NFL.
Carolina.
I ain't trying to hear that.
But Vince was a
That don't
beast.
even make sense. It's NBA, NFL, two different things.
Some guys' games, man. Look, man. See, the thing y'all keep leaving out with the Kenny Pickett thing is Kenny Pickett didn't have no fucking help. The first person that can name somebody that was on the O line, I give you $5 right now.
Right.
Tell me
Here we
who the receivers was that he was throwing to.
Here we go. Oh, he ain't had no wide receivers.
And there's nobody on that team but him.
But see, I didn't see Tom Brady. Tom Brady, he throw it to no name wide receivers.
Yeah, that's because Belichick ran a system. Tom Brady was look, man. I don't want to get into that shit.
I don't even want to talk about Tom Brady.
System.
That's my thing, though. That's why in the fucking draft we need to start participating on that defense because we're gonna need something to counter this motherfucker this year, man. We got to deal with him again.
Oh, we ain't dealing with Sam Darnold. Y'all can forget that shit.
No.
Yeah.
He will not take another snap. No, he will not.
He's going to
want
be a very expensive backup.
I just how I feel about Sam Darnold a long time ago.
Do you want to know who Sam Darnold is, man? He is the modern day Jay Cutler.
Tim Tebow.
He's a Tim Tebow.
He does not look. Jay Cutler. If you remember Cutler Keith, Cutler didn't even want to play towards in his career. They had to come find him out of retirement to come back and play, man.
Yeah.
And paid him on top of that.
Yeah, I just quickly. I don't want to delve into anything else besides the Panthers, but the Panthers got the Falcons got caught cheating, and now they have to renew their vows because apparently Matt Ryan wants a 3-year deal, 3+ year deal.
He ain't gonna get it. He might as well retire. He might as well fucking retire. So they'll take their lumps.
Yeah.
Ray Pabon.
Yo.
It's your turn, bro.
I mean,
stop playing with yourself and join us, please.
Nah, I had to drop the kids off and run some errands. But I feel like I said the same things already, so I feel like it's a waste of time at this point.
Do y'all remember McElroy?
I spoke on that the other day, dude. You know how many Alabama quarterbacks that have came out and that really have not done shit, but in college they have been great. Like again, McElroy would be one of them. McCarron's another one. I'm still not sold regardless of what's going on in New England right now. I think that's just good coaching and a good spot for him. Mac Jones, man, I don't know. I've never been high on Alabama quarterbacks.
Say it, right? Say it about Mac Jones. Go ahead. Tell the truth. Come on, tell the truth.
I don't see it. I think he's just in a good spot, and we'll see.
Jones ain't shit.
We'll see him maximize just because of the coaching staff around him. Now, Josh McDaniels is gone, and I've always thought that was part of the. I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously it's Tom Brady. You saw Tom Brady leave and win a championship in fucking Tampa Bay. So
and that's what Sam Darnold remind me of, McElroy.
Also, Cam Newton in no way in hell is going to be a bridge quarterback. The man wants to play more. You don't get a person who wants to play more in the league as a bridge. So
that's what I was going to say next, man. I mean, there is, Cam Newton. I don't know why we just don't talk about him because he's a real fucking possibility.
We talk about respect. We talk about respect, though. That's what we talk about, respect.
Okay,
but we don't really get this man's respect, though.
So let me ask this question, man. Hey, Ray. So Cam's never been behind a real O line,
right?
Should he be given that opportunity to see what he looks like behind one?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it based on how we are right now. I wouldn't mind it, shit.
Because don't make me say him or Sam Darnold, because that's an easy fucking answer.
I mean, I think that's an easy fucking answer. We've been doing that this whole offseason.
Very easy.
Yeah, but you got to convince Cam to want to come back at this point.
Yeah,
Cam, you're going to have to do a lot.
That team is tantalizing as hell to him right now.
Do y'all follow him on Instagram or Twitter?
No.
No.
Hey,
I don't have
trust
Instagram
me. He
or
want to
Twitter,
come
so.
back. Trust me. He want to come
Yeah, I
back.
follow
Trust
him
me.
on Twitter. Hey, Cam don't want to sit on the sideline and watch football. He want to
No,
play.
not as a bridge, PD. Not as a
Oh, he ain't
bridge.
gonna be no bridge.
I agree with you. I agree with you,
No way in
Key.
hell
I
he
agree
gonna
with
do
you. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's
As
what
a
I'm saying.
bridge, no.
Well,
As a bridge.
okay. Well, you say you follow him. Does he specifically say he'd love to come back to Carolina, or does
Right,
he just
I
want to
don't
come
think
back and play football?
No, if you pay
Because
attention
I'll
to
tell
what
you
he
right,
posts,
because I'll tell you right now, the one blockade of getting Cam Newton out there next year is sitting right now at your head coach position.
You damn right. She just nailed that shit right. I can't even. She caught me in mid lip. I can't say shit out there. You
Hey,
damn right.
let's get Colin Kaepernick.
Oh God, here
I
we
said
go.
that. Nobody was like they ain't want to go for that.
Here we go.
I give him a half-eaten pizza and a soft drink. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Colin Kaepernick wants to come back and play. I know he recently did workouts with Tyler Lockett, I believe, with the Seahawks, but I don't think he's not coming here.
No.
See, this is the thing with
he's
Cap,
not.
man. It's just, man, Cap has just been so blackballed, man. And it ain't because I don't think he can play. I mean, I know he can fucking play. Because I'm like, look, man, look.
You think so?
They won't give Cap a job. And damn, man, Deshaun just had about 30,000 cases against him. And he wound up being the highest paid player in the NFL.
As for guaranteed money goes, yeah, for sure. Man.
So, damn. One dude can't play because he took a knee, and the other one is the highest paid player in the league with 80 women coming after him, bro.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know how much it would take for him to, go back into a conditioning form. He's been out for so long, but.
So, man, check this out. The time has come, man. It's been a great, wonderful show, man. We're about to get ready to wrap it up, get up out of here. But before we leave, Ray Pabone, are you here? Are you ready?
Ray is somewhere.
Yeah, you can hear me?
I keep getting messages.
There we go. There we go. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you.
Oh.
Hey, Tommy from Power, we need you to stay with us. Shit.
I just
We're
got
gonna cancel Christmas on these motherfuckers. We're gonna cancel Christmas.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, check it, man. So it comes to the part of the show, man, where we have a little fun. We go back in the time with Mr. 704 on the clips.
Oh, so you just brought me back here to cry, huh?
Yeah,
That's what I was about to say. This is the part of the show where Twan makes everybody
man,
cry.
Y'all got to deal with it, man. This is very, very, very funny shit. I took the clips. All these clips come from last year when we were doing the draft, and 704. I'm sorry, I'm set this shit up.
I was gonna say also, Twan, before you play that, at the draft party, the next meet and greet, unless you and Ray and Big Cat are completely against it, and Unk, I plan to have 704's jersey shadow box finished, and would like him to be our special guest, and bring that along with me. All right,
man,
awesome.
You're damn right.
So it's almost done.
Ray, so you're gonna see 704. He's gonna joke about a Funko Pop sale.
Oh God.
He's gonna tell a joke about the draft. He's gonna do some genius shit that if we had listened to him with our O-line, we'd be sitting pretty. So the boy always did make great picks, man. And just have to see it. Ray will remember all of this, but for the rest of you, it should be a treat, man. Here it is, man. The late great 704.
We're giving out a Biggie Smalls cover Funko Pop to the best draft of the person in the fucking chat, man. Y'all ready to get it? Y'all ready to get it?
Hold on, I'm gonna jump in the chat real quick.
So look, I don't need none of these guys to come back in the chat under a false name, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be watching out for that shit. So if all of a sudden Ray Papone disappears and you see some other shit come in and some blue letters you ain't never heard of, that's him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Aaron Chase is on the clock. Aaron, you got 30 seconds, bro. Let's get it.
For my first pick.
Who? Lance.
Lance, quarterback.
Trey Lance. Trey Lance is in. Aaron Chase Jr. is going with Trey Lance, man.
You fell.
That means 7:04 is on the clock. You got 10 seconds to give us your pick.
I can give you 3.
All right.
I'm gonna make my call in Northwestern. Give me Rashawn Slater, left tackle.
Rashawn Slater.
We had him
Rashawn Slater.
Go.
Okay.
Left tackle.
All right. Why'd you go with Rashawn Slater, Steph?
We need a damn left tackle. Like I said, when you have one set Jordan, we boom.
Okay. Okay. 7:04 went with the offensive line first, man. So we got a quarterback, O-line, man. Ray Pabon is on the clock, man.
We in the first round to go down to 18. We picked up 36 as well. So that's 3 picks. You know, obviously, we got 2 picks in the second round. So that'll be 36 overall from Miami, and then we have 39. So I find it funny. So I guess I'll backtrack and I'll go backwards. So 39, like our original second round pick, I have Alex Leatherwood down there as well, tackle Alabama. So obviously, Twan and I are on the same page there. But then to go back to the extra second round pick with the trade with Miami. Speaking of Miami, we had a chance at a Miami defensive end in the first round. And then, in my opinion, there are 3 starting defensive ends coming out of Miami this year at the next level. That's just what we do. We put out great defensive talent, but that's for another conversation. With that being said, we pick up Jalen Phillips, edge, Miami, Florida. The U.
Ooh, the U.
3704.
Fuck out of here, UNC. Yeah. Point is, I guess to explain that pick is value. Clearly, again,
Yeah.
I know it's
7:04 bound is on the clock, yo. Let's get it.
Well, I told y'all I'm here to fix shit. And our right side of our offensive line was good last year. We had Moton, and we re-signed John Miller. My first pick I gave y'all who? Rashawn Slater. My second pick, Wyatt Davis, left guard. Come on. Boom, put him at the left guard. So that line is going to be a beast mode. Slater, Wyatt, Paradis, John Miller, and Taylor Moton. Whew.
That sounded good.
That offensive line is
all right there.
It sounds like that offensive line got better overnight.
7:04 putting that O-line together, bro.
Wow, that was wow. That was smiling.
The man was a genius. The man was a genius.
Wow.
Hey, did y'all hear what I said? Hey, why you go with the left tackle? You said because we need a damn left tackle. And he said it on Ray's Miami.
Yeah, that was typical. That was
man,
typical.
fuck that you shit.
He's like, fuck that you. He's like, no, what got me? I was like, Jalen Phillips. He's like, who? I'm like, bitch, you know who Jalen Phillips is. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. Yo, 704 just had a way to just make you feel so dumb. Even if you are super convicted in your thinking, he just had a way of just destroying that shit, bro. Like, he'd make you rethink everything.
Man, look, that dude's smile was so infectious, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you
Incredibly
what.
infectious. Oh my God.
You know, it was. I'm telling you, this is what this dude did, man. You know what I'm saying? So when he was on shows, man, it was the time of his life, man. You know what I'm saying? And that is why y'all not gonna make me fucking cry.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You killing me, bro. You're 3 for 3 on making me shed a tear at the end of these shows lately.
Yeah, man. But I always show
Golly.
you happy clips, you know, just a man smiling and having fun, man. So everybody right now, man, if you don't mind, man, throw them damn 704s up in the chat, man. Type it in. Show that man some love. He's here in the spirit, man. Throw them 704s up in the chat. Show that man some love. Let him know you are here, man. Ray, it's why we do the show, man.
Yes, sir.
That's why we do the show. That brother right there, man. So put them 704s up in the chat. Throw them up. 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 Shout out to his mom for allowing us to spend time with her son while he was on this earth. We could never repay her for that shit. And I say tonight was a great show, man. It's time for us to get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to say good night. To all our ghetto friends. POUNDING.
Oh my God.
We're gonna start off with the boy Keep shout it out before we get out here. Shout it out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Aries Claire putting the voice to the Cash App. Much appreciated. She always donates. So shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Petey. Shout out to Pat Bone. Shout out to Twan. And shout out to this is the Panther family as a whole. The support that we've had on the 9 Lives Panther podcast channel has been great. And we just recently put out an episode. We did an interview with Dr. Edwin Porras, a sports therapy doctor. We discussed CMC. We discussed his production rate and how he can still do good with the Panthers and how injury prone is alive. But nonetheless, shout out to the 9 Lives Panther podcast. Shout out to 704. Shout out to Keep Pounding TV. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all y'all in the chat too. Anyone that donates, anyone that comments, anyone that likes. Even on I would say even on this show, we don't ask for donations because the content means more, but we still love it anyways, and y'all always show up. So thank you.
Petey Quick, shout it out.
Oh man, I want to shout out to the whole panel, man. Even Aries Claire as well coming on to be a part of it today. I hope she does more as well too, man. Like I enjoy listening to get her opinions. Key, Juan, Don, the bad guy, always the bad guy. Ray, and shout out to Cody and his sushi.
I forgot the sushi got there and he left. He left. That sushi showed up and he left.
Shout out to all the other podcasts out there as well too. Mainly, 704.
Shout out to C3.
Yeah,
shout out to C3.
Shout out to Pat Coltrane as well too, because I tuned in.
Much love.
I tuned in Friday. But however, we working on some other things as well too for you guys as well too, man. Yeah, we working on something, man, for you guys, man. Something's kind of special, man. Give us some time. We working on it though.
Yeah,
something special. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for allowing us to be on this panel again and entertain you guys some more, man. And hopefully we do some more, man. We definitely will.
We will. Paponius. Paponius.
We are.
Yo, NIS.
Shit. Yeah, as always, shout out the late great 704, my brother. Shout out his entire family. My family now, really. Shout out everybody here tonight. Yes, sir. That man right there, the great, the legend. Shout out.
Hey, 704, if you was here right now, hey, let me tell 704 something real quick. If you was here right now, bro. I would say that's a big ass bow tie on your fucking neck, nigga. I believe where you get that big ass bow tie out, he'd be smiling.
He look at you, be like, "Bitch, I look fly as shit."
Exactly. That's how he can kill you with this.
Or like I said, he likes to fuck with you. He's like, "Bitch, you couldn't even pull this shit off."
Exactly. If not giving a fuck as a person.
Right. You were not swaying that man at all.
I kind of missed the way him and Twan used to go at it though, man. They
should
go at it.
Oh, shit. I said
my man was cold blooded. But yeah. Just shout out KPTV, shout out 9 Live, shout out everybody. Pat Coltrane, yes sir. And of course, shout out the two that joined us today. Of course, as always, Aries Claire, appreciate you. Cody as well. I believe that's damn near everybody. But as always, everybody who watches, appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one.
The woman of the hour, Claire.
Man, it's an honor. You have no idea. Just being able to be on the panel with you guys. Petey Quick, Juan Don, Pabone, and Keeb. Keeb, you and I have a little bit of beef now. It's okay.
I know, but it's good. It's healthy beef.
It's healthy beef. Yes. It's
Hey,
good
Ma,
stuff. So
Claire got on me about the draft though, man. Claire and I forgot who else it was. Malik.
you are so happy we did not do a mock draft tonight, PD. Because the first thing I would have
It's time to end the show. Time to end the show.
Sam Darnold and those happy feet is what you turned into. Woo!
Yeah.
Double sinners and golly.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna bring it up.
Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, shout out to the late great 704. Never got to meet that man in person. But main reason why I have just mad love for that man is, the first time I ever called in on KPTV, him and Twan and Big Cat, both, like all three of them, just welcomed me in a very warm manner. And for being a female to step into a man's world, that's huge. So mad love to all three of them, being the first three to welcome me into this family, this wonderful family. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I haven't read any of your comments unless they've been posted. But no, shout out to all of you. You guys are just like me. You're huge fans of these gentlemen and huge fans of the Panthers. So I love all of you guys.
Mm-hmm. Man, damn, Claire, you made it hard for me to. Hey, man, I always keep it short. Shout out to the panel, man. My brother from another Ray Pat Bone, man. We've been doing this a long time, bro. Raised kids, you know what I'm saying? Little Cam, his little daughter, my little hustlettes, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Cam.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know I named my kid after Cam Newton. That's
exactly
my name. My son's name is Cam.
Mm-hmm. I remember you brought that up one night, and then you was like, "My son Cam," and somebody was like, "Oh, here we go again with the Cam Newton shit."
Yeah, I remember that shit. I was like, "I'm talking about my son." God damn. Talking about my son. Little man was asking for a drink. Relax.
Jeez.
Whoa,
wait. James Bradbury just got released?
I don't think so, because I heard they don't have no plans on releasing him.
CJ.
He was for the Giants. Yeah, he was on the list of players that would possibly be released. Yes, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it officially yet, but he's on that short list.
All right.
Sorry,
I just freaked out.
We'll get into that next time.
I'm about to say,
I know you like to keep a close eye on them Giants. I know you like to keep a close eye on them Giants, Keeb.
Yeah, man, it's tough out here.
Them Giants cost you some money this year. Them Giants cost you some money this year.
And you know what the funniest part is, Pat Bone? It was a worser team that was talking shit to me. I felt so bad.
Damn, bro.
Yes, as an organization, man, we're better than them, but it felt so bad.
Yeah, well,
shame.
Hey, Ray. So what am I going to say, Ray?
At least y'all fucking pay your debts. That's what I'm gonna say. At least y'all pay your debts.
Always.
That's Claire Aries. That's Ray Paboni's up there, man. PD Quick right there. The boy Keeb. I'm Twan Don. See you next time, man. We out.
Yes, sir.